Hello everyone, welcome to a new Werewolf Online politics video. This month I'm going to discuss some issues with the current ranked system and I give possible solutions to these issues as well. The ranked issues will be divided in several videos and it's thus sort of a mini-series. For some points I don't have the best gameplay, so please forgive me for that. Also, the issues that will be discussed are not only from me but also other people contributed to this video by telling me about their issues. If you liked the video, please don't forget to like and consider subscribing. Before I start with the fourth issue, I want to mention that developers have taken a serious look at ranked recently and have decided to change some stuff. The leagues, for example, are there in a comparable way as before, but now you can see in what league you are. I'm currently in the Silver League, although I've heard some people saying that there is a bug and no one is actually in the Gold League, and with my SP I should also be in the Gold League. There's also a Bronze League, which is comparable with a league that was previously never known to me, but it's a league for people with something less than 1500 skill points. I really don't know the exact number, but it's quite low. On top of that, there have been rumors that there will be an outfit to get in ranked soon. In case this outfit will be acquired via absolute skill, which means milestone rewards, this will be an epic addition. I'm of course still hoping for a little bit more role variety, and of course there can always be more milestone rewards in case the outfit will be a hard one to get. But now we'll go ahead with the fourth issue, which has to do with multiplayer. This issue might have to do with ranked, but also not. At the moment there is no option for multiplayer in ranked, and it doesn't happen that often, but sometimes 2 or even 3 friends join ranked and play together. I can completely agree with them, because playing Werewolf Online with friends can be nice to do, and I also started playing Werewolf Online with my cousin and my brother in Quick Game and Sandbox. The issue of this is not only the fact that they prefer each other and so they vote, if they lose they rather vote their friend than someone who is unknown to them, but also that they use off-game communication and that they sometimes even team up from the beginning. In my 25th ranked episode, I came across 2 players that talked to each other off-game. It was Gunner and it was a Seer Alpha mode game. One person claimed Seer and checked an evil person, and eventually the priest wadded this evil player and that Seer was confirmed good. But the actual Aura Seer claimed that his friend was a good unknown, which means he knew the role of his friend, and so I thought he was also claiming Seer. And thus I considered him as a werewolf or a serial killer or a fool or something like that. I eventually shot him, not thinking about off-game communication and the fact that there was no other Aura claim, but he turned indeed out to be the Aura Seer and his friend was Jailer. I eventually reported both Jailer and Aura for teaming, because they were telling each other their roles, but now I understand that they didn't realize the competitive atmosphere in ranked. This is just an example of multiplayer in ranked, which is not going well together. There are extreme cases in which 2 players team up in order to get one win with a hard role, like there is a gunner that teams up with a serial killer or something like that. And this is labeled as teaming or cross-teaming and happens more in the other modes than ranked, but it's an issue that asks for a solution. My solution would be a competitive multiplayer mode. This allows 2 to 4 friends to play together and be a team and try to win from the other teams. Of course, this mode will need another condition and a completely new system in which it's more about the teams rather than the werewolves versus village, and it can even be considered as a completely different game from Werewolf Online. But I think if they add this mode, it will add a lot to the game and it's going to be more attractive and there will be less teamers and cross teamers in ranked. I've been thinking of a multiplayer mode, but it's quite hard to come up with one. After thinking for something like half an hour, which is not really long, I came up with 2 ideas. Be aware though, these are concepts and should never be added in their current shapes. These ideas are just to show you how tough it is to come up with a good multiplayer mode, but also to have a sketch for a future mode, and maybe we can just adjust these modes that I will come up with, and then it is kind of an interesting mode. One thing is sure, despite the fact that teaming doesn't happen that often in ranked and in comparison to other modes, a multiplayer mode would absolutely be a great addition to Werewolf Online, since it's partly labeled as a party game and there are a lot of people that play with their real life friends or with friends they met in the game. My first option would be a mode in which there are 8 duos in one game, and this game will consist of 10 villagers, 4 werewolves and 2 solo roles like usual. In this case, the 2 individuals of one duo always have the same or similar team. There will be 5 village duos that still need to work together, 2 werewolves duo which also still need to work together, and 1 duo with the solo roles. Since it will be kind of unbalanced if there are 2 solo killers, a recommendation is to have a permanent fool and a solo killer. A headhunter can actually become a villager and then it will mess up the win conditions later on, because that would mean the solo team can collaborate with the village easily, and having 10 villagers, a headhunter and the solo killer against just 4 werewolves, that is, really unfair. The win conditions will work as follows. The village wins when if there is a village wins, all the 5 village duos will win. Werewolf wins, the 2 werewolf duos win. And if the fool gets lynched or the solo killer is the last person alive, the solo duo wins. So both actually win in this case. In the beginning, no one knows who the duos are, but you know your partner. There can even be a new sort of seer that can detect duos, so that's maybe a really cool role in this mode. However, people will be able to tell who their duo is when it turns day, which means we will need a lot of roles that are hard to prove, such as Doctor, Avenger, Bodyguard, Aura, because a lot of people can actually do Aura simulations. There should probably not be a medium in this mode, nor a priest, nor a mayor, and not too many bullets either. Besides the fact that everyone can reveal their duo and prove they are good, another problem might be cross-teaming. This would mean that 2 or more duos are working together to eliminate the other duos, which should be punished the same as teaming in ranked right now. Also, since you want to play with your friend, there should be a possibility to vote for the person you want to play with. When 2 people vote each other, they will automatically be a duo in this case. Another idea is a mode with teams of 4, so that bigger groups of friends can also play a mode. Consider all these 4 groups as a sect and make one of each group a sect leader. Every group needs a protector as well, and maybe an aura or another kind of seer, and another village role that is not too overpowered, like we're not going to add a gunner, a jailer, a witch or something like that. The group dies when their sect leader dies, and this can happen by some sort of attack or by voting a sect leader out during the voting phase. In this case, it will be necessary to give the sect leader the possibility to kill once per 2 nights or once per night. Of course, this mode will be a lot about luck and trying to get other teams on your side so that you can vote another team out. But by having a random role in every team, there might still be a lot of variety in games. Okay, so now these are just my main ideas about multiplayer mode, but I'm really aware of the fact that both modes will have a lot of downsides. Just because of that, I want to accentuate that this video is about making the point and pointing the problem and making sketches for modes that can be used as new modes in the future. Also, both of these modes will probably be hard to implement, and it's always uncertain how many players will actually play this mode, but in my opinion, a multiplayer mode is really what Werewolf Online needs in order to get friends play together without game throwing or still playing for yourself. Such a mode will make people think together and will genuinely open new possibilities for Werewolf Online. But now, what do you think? Is a multiplayer mode necessary? What concepts of mine do you like and how would you improve them? Leave it all down in the comments. Before you go, I want to know what my 5th and last episode in this series should be about. At the moment, I've talked about leaks with players, about role variety, about rewards, and now about multiplayer. But it would be cool if the series can have one more video so that we have 5 videos. Leave your problems with ranked in the comment section as well. But for now, I leave a like, subscribe, and join the Hypo Discord server if you like this video, and the link will be in the description. You can also join the tournament that will take place in the weekend of June the 29th and the 30th. A link for its Discord server is also in the description. But now I will see you later, and don't be a traitor. Goodbye.